classmates, welcome back to Odinage's vlog. This is Mama J. We're continuing our Tesda class, Tesda online class. We are on processing food by um, fermentation and pickling. We are in the lesson 2, unit 1, fermentation, and we are in lesson 2, processing food by fermentation. So, processing food by fermentation is the breakdown of carbohydrates into alcohol and acids. It's usually prepared to anaerobic respiration, a type of respiration that occurs in the absence of oxygen. However, not all fermentation happen under anaerobic condition. In this lesson, we'll discuss the three types of fermentation. But first, common ingredients in fermentation and pickling. Sugar is a soluble carbohydrate converted to alcohol or acid through fermentation. Simple sugar is monosaccharides are made up of molecules of sugar. The three simple sugars are glucose, found in human bloodstream, sap of plant and fruits, fructose found in the fruits and vegetable, galactose found in a dietary product. What we are know at table sugar is a disaccharide made up of glucose and fructose. As an ingredient, table sugar reduces water activity and adds flavor to the product. Number 2 ingredients is yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae. It's a spice of fungus that convert sugar into ethanol during alcoholic fermentation. Number 3 is vinegar. It's a byproduct of fermentation and an ingredient of fermented product. The mother vinegar, which can be found floating on the surface of unpasteurized vinegar, provides good bacteria that follows alcohol to ferment into acetic acid. Mm. Vinegar has antiseptic properties which kill microbes, prevent spoilage. Vinegar tenderizes meat and gives extra flavor to pickles. Number 4 ingredients is salt. A sodium chloride reduce water activity and enhance flavor. It also affects the texture of the product. Number 5 is spices are used to the mask color and odor of fermented and pickled products. So we're going to the topic 1, alcoholic fermentation. Alcoholic fermentation is a breakdown of sugar into alcohol and carbohydrates, a carbon dioxide due to the addition of yeast. This type of fermentation occurs under aerobic condition. The final product of alcoholic fermentation is ethanol. So yan. The process of alcoholic fermentation is best explained by wine processing. So wine is an alcoholic drink made from fermented fruits. The common, the most common being made from grapes. So ayan, grapes extract tapos aging na yan. Next, wine making. So magwa-wine making na. Topic of fermentation, wine making. Process consists of 4 stages. 1. Extraction. 2. Fermentation. 3. Aging. And 4 is clarification. So yan siya. So extraction. A method of extraction: pressure, fleshed and juice fruits like grapes, pineapple, and tomatoes are found and pressed. Grapes Number two is water extraction. Water is added in the uh, proportion of the fruit, and the mixture is brought to the boil and then strained. The solid particles are removed and the juice is extracted. Fresh and dry fruits like banana, ignay, duhat, guava are extracted through this method. Mhm. Sometimes sugar from the juice extract is insufficient to produce alcohol in wine. In such case, sugar is added. The extract is subjected to heat to dissolve the sugar and to destroy the microbe. The extract is transferred to the container and left to cool. So next is fermentation. This store stage yeast is added to the extract. Yeast produce exponential and digest the sugar, converting to ethanol and carbon dioxide. A good indication of this process is the formation of froth and bubble on the surface of the liquid. Mhm. This process takes to 1 to 4 weeks, depending on the amount of sugar in the juice extract and the minimum number of yeast cells required to start the beerable active fermentation. At least 1 teaspoon of the active dry yeast is required to start alcoholic fermentation. The ideal temperature of alcoholic fermentation is 28 to 35 degrees Celsius. Complete conversion of sugar to ethanol produces dry wine, which is characterized by the absence of sweet taste. Some winemakers stop the process before complete fermentation to retain a bitter and sweet taste. You can use refractometer to determine the sugar content after fermentation. Number three is aging. When the fermentation is complete, the wine is sponged into sterilized container while the sediments at the bottom of the fermentation vat are discarded. The wine is then stored at the oak barrel and left to the age for 1 to 2 years. This gives the wine its distinct aroma and color. The longer the aging, the higher the price. Wine will continue to age when bottled. So if you can't age your wine in the oak barrel, you can proceed to the last step, clarification. Clarifying wine is done before bottling. This is to ensure that the wine appears clear without floating particles nor colloidal suspension. Cloud wine does not command a good price. Mm. There are various ways to clarify wine: sedimentation and decantation. Leave the mixture undisturbed in order for the sediment to settle at the bottom, and then transfer or siphon the liquid above the sediment into the different container. Or filtration. Use a filter paper or medium to separate the impurities from the liquid. Or manual method. Heat wine in the double boil at 60 degrees Celsius to 65 degrees Celsius. Then beat in egg white. The egg white will bond with the sediment. Stir and maintain temperature for 30 minutes. Cool and filter the wine. Ganun ang pag-clarify ng wine. So, next, determining alcohol content. Determining alcohol content, knowing the alcohol content is your product is crucial in determining its price as well as complying with regulations set by the Food and Drug Administration. Alcohol content must be indicate the percentage, volume, or proof unit. To obtain accurate alcohol content, you will need a hydrometer. Take a reading before adding the yeast and after the wine has undergone complete fermentation. You can measure alcohol content by determining alcohol by weight. alcohol by volume. So, yan siya. Ayun, makikita mo siya. So, we're going to drag and drop. So, next, in drag and drop, una ay extraction, then fermentation, then clarification, aging. Yan. Perfect. Fill in the missing word. Knowing the alcohol content of your product is crucial in determining its price, as well as complying with the regulation set by food. Oh my. English. Saan ang ano nito? Guys, English muna tayo. Okay. So, set by Food and Drug and Food Administration. Food and Drug Administration. Food and Drug Administration. File in the missing word. What is the value of subtract final reading? So 1.055 1.01 equals 0.35 0.35. Okay, ito ay times how much times natin. So ayan siya guys, 4.6. Nagarong tayo. So we're going to the next topic. Acetic acid fermentation. Acetic acid fermentation is a breakdown of ethanol into acetic acid. This type of fermentation follows alcoholic fermentation occur under the aerobic condition. Ethanol is oxidized by an Acetobacter or vinegar bacteria. So, yan siya. So, vinegar making. Vinegar making, it also prepared as a spoiled wine. Vinegar is a spoiled wine. To make vinegar, sugar must first be converted to ethanol in the process of alcoholic fermentation. The vinegar bacteria, Acetobacter accetis, mother vinegar, is then added to the mixture to convert ethanol as acetic acid. So vinegar, acetic acid is 4 to 8% lang vinegar contain. Vinegar making consists of two stages, alcoholic fermentation and acetic fermentation. Alcoholic fermentation, yeast is added to juice extract. For vinegar, sugar cane and coconut are usually extracted. Yeast convert the sugar into carbon dioxide and the ethanol under anaerobic condition. Alcoholic fermentation takes 1 to 4 weeks. And sugar, yeast, ethanol, and carbohydrates. Acetic acid acid fermentation is a stage or leaf culture of acetic acid bacteria, also referred as mother vinegar, combined with ethanol, 5 to 13% alcohol content. Acetic fermentation will begin. Acetic bacteria will convert ethanol into acetic acid and water in the presence of oxygen. The optimum temperature is between 20 to 30 degrees Celsius at the pH level of 5 to 6. So, next, titratable acidity. Amount of acid in the solution such as acetic acid, acetic acid, lactic acid is expressed of gram liter. Driven tetraacid help describe the impact of acid on flavor, while acidity or pH only measure the strength of the acid. So, yan siya. So, we're going to the unit test. Unit test. Yan, nag-test na ako guys. Na-perfect ko naman, pero makita natin. True or false, fermentation is breakdown of carbohydrates into alcohol and acid. True. The anaerobic microbial breakdown of carbohydrates or sugar to produce energy of and byproduct in the form of lactic acid fermentation. It's a breakdown of sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide due to addition of yeast. Alcoholic fermentation. Blank is a both product of fermentation. Vinegar. No. So, blank is a soluble carbohydrate converted to alcohol to acid through fermentation. Sugar. Minimum percent of alcohol content required start acetic acid. 6. 5 to 6. Okay. Choose the consequence of the states of wine. Pre-extraction, fermentation, aging, and clarification. Extraction, fermentation, clarification, aging. Yeah. All the following are product of lactic acid fermentation except kimchi ba or vinegar. Ayun ba, vinegar. This type of fermentation follows alcoholic fermentation and occur under aerobic condition. Ethanol oxidized acetic. The test measure amount of acid. The test measure an amount of acid in the solution such as acetic acid. It helps describe the impact of acid on the flavor. Is a test to measure the amount of acid. helps describe the impact of acid on flavor. Okay, try natin. Nakalimutan ko na guys, kaya sensya na kayo. Submit. Perfect pa rin. So guys, na-perfect natin. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.